Okay, my name is Samuel Omondi. Professionally, I do digital marketing at Linton's Beauty World. So I was born and raised in Mombasa, the coast of Kenya. I'd say book smart. I went through school at a school called Memon Academy in Mombasa, where KCPE, top boy. So in class I was smart, but outside class, my mom used to define me as kichwa ngumu. What she meant by that is that I was a lazy person when it comes to doing chores, but when it comes to school, I do well. Moving on from primary school, I got scholarship to study in Nairobi, Starehe, where I went through scholarship, yeah. So it was through high school that I'd say I became a man, because there was so much character development in high school, specifically Starehe, that shaped me to become the person I am today. I'd say career-wise, I didn't have that much guidance, so I'm passing exams, but I don't know what I want to do. And that has been a theme, I'd say, throughout primary, high school until now, because there's a point I wanted to be a doctor, wanted to be an architect, and then once we were filling those forms in high school that are asking you what career you want to pursue, I was blank. So I had a desk mate, shout out to Peter Okoth, who wanted to do computer science. So I just filled the whole form how he filled it. So that's how I ended up in tech. And I've come to love it in the sense that, okay, I don't fail the exam. My GPAs are good, 4 and above out of 5. So academically, I'm not bad. And then how I landed into photography/videography, I was in an exchange program in Uganda, where a classmate of mine had a travel camera. So I've never interacted with a camera before that. And the first time he asked me to take a picture of him, I was so fascinated by just the camera itself and being able to capture stories or take pictures. So after that, I asked him for his camera. I borrowed his camera the following day, the day after, and then it becomes annoying. Let's say when I'm a camera owner and someone keeps borrowing my camera. Eventually, 2 or 3 months in, my girlfriend saw that I was so interested in photography and cameras. She got me a camera. So that's how the journey started. So got my first camera. Initially, it was just a hobby and something to just have fun with, which it was at first. And then after some time, people started noticing my work and inquiring how much I charge for my services. And I was like, I never thought of it like that, and didn't even have a rate card or anything. So I was winging it. When someone asks me for a shoot, I ask them, what's your budget? So when you ask me, it's like pointing a gun back. So yeah, that's how I've been working since. The first camera was a good investment, brought back returns in plenty. And I recently also got my second camera, which is of better quality and even better lenses. And even the gigs are better. Honestly, anytime I get any new equipment, I'd spend hours trying to figure it out. I'm still learning every day. And yeah, it's been YouTube the whole time. And actually, even my current job as a digital marketer, I got through it, into the job because of photography and videography. They saw my work and I just went to the interview confident. Then I think I was 21 or 22. Just went for the interview confident. And then I was competing with guys who were 30-something who were doing digital marketing. But because of the work I was doing in creating content, I stood out, and here I am, I think a year in the job. My willingness to learn from so many people. If you open my Instagram, my FYP, you'll just see photography content, because everyone has their unique style. And to be honest, I'm still trying to figure that out, because even my page has work from recently Maandamano to beauty content, working with models. I'm doing my personal projects, and currently I'm really looking into launching, what is it called? Is it a series called Faces of Nairobi, where I interview various, I want to make it a young people's channel, sort of, maybe Gen Z, people who are doing something in various fields. Let's say I have a friend who is a radio presenter. She'll walk me through her journey, what she's been up to, what she can say to upcoming radio presenters such things, just telling creative stories in a unique way. Not only creatives, but people in various fields. So yeah, I've been constantly learning, and I want to use that series as a way also of also improving my creation, because I know there's such a long way to go, and even the future is bright. There's so many opportunities for creatives, especially here in Nairobi, that I'm looking forward to exploring. Right now, I'd say I'll do what right now, to be honest, it's what many clients want, but my heart is in videography and creating lifestyle content, let's say with working with models who do brand content, such things, because in my current job, that's what I do. I work with models. They just like to create content with various products, because I have access to them. They use these products like Sheer Moisture, BioBalance, such things, yeah. But moving further, as I mentioned, I also want to go into my own creation. I don't want to just create for others. I want to create for myself. That Faces of Nairobi series, which hopefully this will push me to even start creating. As of now, I'd say most of my clients are from my social network. That is people that I know, and it's gone such a long way. I didn't expect. I've done so little marketing of myself and my page. And I'm truly grateful to my friends and my circle. And from a creative perspective, how I go from one step to another, first I listen to what the client wants, and then we visualize how the eventual content will be. So that is basically them giving me an idea of what they want to see, and then me creating like sort of a vision of how the video will look at the end. And I'm still learning this. So before I was maybe looking at different content creators, especially Lenny Lenya, who creates amazing content, by the way. So for instance, he mentions something like noting down whatever you want to create, like having a storyboard. For me, I put it down with pen and paper, as opposed to just doing it, let's say, on what's that app called? Notion. You know Notion, yeah? So I just do it on pen and paper to just feel the creative work. And after that, I move on to finding, let's say, music that will go with whatever I'm trying to achieve. As I believe like music plays a huge part, like 40% of how the content will look. So I'd say after envisioning what I want to see, so that also includes shortlist. So after the shortlist, music, that's when you go to the actual shoot. And I'd say even while visualizing, the things that happen on ground while shooting, that be like, aha, that can also work. So there's that as well. Then at times after the shoot, the creative juices are there. I start immediately execute, and in a couple of hours I'm done. Then there are days when imekata, like you're not feeling it as much, so you might spend the whole day, and then in the evening, 10-11 p.m, that's when umeingia your creative mode. So yeah, that's how I've been doing it. And before, like a year ago, to be honest, I was just winging it. When someone calls me, okay, before it was just my friends who are models, so we just go start shooting and then have a bunch of footages. After hapo ndo una figure out music gani itaingiliana naye. And I figured that wasn't very sustainable, in the sense that there are days it will work, but there are days there's some things, there's some shots that you won't have that would make that video or shoot come out as best as it can. Like I mentioned, in school I was always good. So with that, my mom sort of took a backseat in terms of being controlling in terms of what I wanted to do. And even today, she encourages whatever I want to do. Hajani restrict, in the sense that fanya hii, because I'm doing a course that's very lucrative. I'm doing software engineering, and I'm good in class with that and all that, but my heart is more in the creative side, and it's actually paying the bills. And even kipata kidogo, we also send home. So my mom hasn't always been strict on a certain career choice, which has allowed me to maybe even discover this creative side. Because 5 years ago, if you asked me if I would be doing photography or videography, I'll be like, maybe not. I'd just say my path will be straight. So man, may pass exams, go to school, get a job, 9 to 5, which right now I can't even think about. I wouldn't work 9 to 5, I'd say. I mean, earlier last year, there were times where I was engaged with other things and I wasn't creating as much. And also in this industry, so many people are creating, and you find yourself at a time where you might try and compare yourself with other creatives, which might be derailing. So there are those moments that maybe I haven't created anything in 3 months, my page is blank, and that I'm not even feeling guilty or anything about it. And that happens. And then there are days where you feel like creating. Like, I remember the first time I got my camera, I was like, we're super interested. I'm going to even shoot nikifungua maji yo tap. Like, vile tunaonanga kwa movie, that's to drops and everything. So I'd say it varies. There are days that are good and all the creative juices are flowing. And then there are days that you try, but nothing is coming up. I wouldn't say, I'd say I got a head start in some situations where I got access to funds and got my second camera, which I wouldn't say is easy because I have creative friends and these equipments are not cheap. The photography gear, even this field. So I'd say I've had access to other opportunities that have financed my photography and videography, which I do not take for granted and appreciate, but they've also facilitated me growing in this other field, which is photography and videography. Of course, it's always not nice hearing that someone, maybe a client doesn't like your work, and it has happened, and at first also you can beat yourself up, or you can choose to learn and make sure it doesn't happen again. So what I'd say is, right nowadays I like videography, but with photography you'd find that, let's say, shoot a client, take pictures of a client, and see, some really want their face retouched and looking a certain type of way, and I'd say I've not even learned that skill as at now, because I major mostly on videography. And when a client when a client comes and books, and as a young creative, you're very eager to start shooting and all that, and not even knowing how to say no. Maybe I'm not there yet in this space, and just creating the boundaries in terms of what I can create and what I can't. Yeah, there are those moments, but I learn on a daily, and soon, maybe in the next 2 or 3 months, I'll have learned to do such creative projects in terms of retouching people's faces and all that. But things like street photography that don't need Photoshop or all, that's good. But yeah, I've gotten such criticism, and yeah, I learn and move forward. The one tip I'd give someone who wants to venture into this creative space, be it photography or videography, is that first, do not be afraid to fail and to unlearn some things and be constantly learning. And yeah, because recently I was even walking through Aga Khan Walk, and one of the many photographers there stopped me and asked me, can I take a picture? Not knowing I'm also in that space. So they are maybe younger than me in the industry, or even equipment wise. So he approached me and was like, can I take a picture of you? I didn't even mention anything. I was like, cool, how much is it? He told me 100 bob. I was like, take 2 or 3 pictures of me, it's okay. Then after he took pictures of me, I saw them, and then now I also had my camera in the bag. I was like, you also stand there, let me take pictures of you. And then there were some small things like lighting, depth of field, and small things, composition, that I got to share with him. And he was like, can I be accompanying you in some shoots that you need an extra pair of hands? Like, yeah, sure, that's pretty cool. And it's I think what I'd say is it's nice to always have someone who you can learn from, that I didn't have, let's say, all coming through the journey, and it will really help cut a lot of time, or rather the learning process in the field, because there's some things that are, if you have a mentor or someone who's gone before you, they can easily teach or rather help you with that. You learning yourself, you'd spend hundreds of hours maybe on YouTube trying to learn them. First, what I'd say is that in the various dealers who deal with camera gadgets or even equipment, I'd say I'd trust Cameras Africa over any other shops in terms of authenticity, quality of the gadgets, even the pricing, because so many people are shady in Nairobi. And I can just remember recently when I got my 85mm Sigma lens, and Cameras Africa didn't have it in store, but they imported it. So I waited like a few weeks to get it, and when I look at the price I got it from there and the price I got from another I always compare prices, and I saw that it's like 30,000 extra in the other shops. So that's a thing I'd say Cameras Africa is big on. And also anytime I wanted to purchase gear, I always go there and ask, by the way, I want to do this, I want to achieve this, any suggestions? Because at first I went with my girlfriend to buy a camera, and I didn't have any idea of what I wanted, and with that budget that I had. So I always get consultation there, and that really goes a long way into helping me figure out what I can get for a budget that I have. Even, let's say, these mics that I'm using right now, I recently got them from Cameras Africa when you interviewed me the first time, after saying how quality they were. And I also even started using them for shooting content. My new Canon R8 and my Sigma 85mm, especially when I'm shooting interview videos for one person. The Sigma quality in terms of video is definitely better than my Canon 250D that I started with, and even the depth of field that the Sigma 85mm gives, the clarity in terms of the video, the crispness. Even recently I got feedback from one of the clients I usually shoot, because I used to shoot with my 250D before, and then I moved into the R8, so they actually noticed the difference in quality and even the pictures. It's been such a worthy upgrade, and yeah, I'm still figuring out some things, like even shooting in log. I've been seeing videos on YouTube on how to shoot in log, and it's not easy, as in trying to even start learning about color grading. That's a different field, so I'm constantly learning. But the Canon R8 and the Sigma 85mm are a game changer for me. Can I choose two? Okay. Okay, I'd start with the most recent one, which is a project I'm doing with a company called The Plumber. I shoot video content for them full time, and I started shooting with the R8 and the Sigma mm lens, the 85mm lens with them, and the quality of content that I'm shooting with them, it's, to me myself, I'm shooting, but it's top and mind-blowing for me. And the next one was with my previous camera, the 250D. I was using a 50mm prime lens. So that was the one which actually I was shooting the Faces of Nairobi series, but it wasn't for me. It was a school project. Yeah, so I was shooting various students in Nairobi, because we have a hub space in Nairobi, although the school is in Rwanda. So I interview various students, telling them, taking me through what they do. In terms of, one is passionate about mental health, another is passionate about art and design, another is passionate about agriculture. So I just shoot different stories, interview style like this, and create amazing videos from it. So I'd say those are two that will be top of my mind. But even the various reels I do, because nowadays reels are a thing, shooting portrait videos. So yeah, even my I'd say the various works I do at my employment are also good. The one tip or rather quote that I'd give someone who in any field, not even photography alone, I'd say hakuna rahisi, that you have to do the work, you have to put in the work for you to get the desired output or even grow in any certain field. So yeah, hakuna rahisi. As you celebrate your 30th year anniversary, I'd like to commend you for the incredible job you're doing with equipping us African storytellers in telling the African story in a unique and authentic way, and even giving creatives like us space to express our journey and even share our stories. So happy 30th anniversary. So I'm looking forward to launching my series called Faces of Nairobi, which will be telling the stories of young people in various fields doing a great job and always trying to improve and learn. So follow me on Instagram, 2_ Samuel, SAMUE, and then there's a dot and then L, 2_ SAMUE.L. Cameras Africa, equipping storytellers.